She was a woman who had spent decades earning her stripes, climbing the ranks through grit and sacrifice, only to find herself face down on the pavement in cuffs by the very people sworn to protect. What happened next would echo far beyond that moment. If you're just joining us now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below with your thoughts. This is one of those stories that reminds us why we must always question authority, stand for justice, and never let rank or uniform blind us to the truth. It all started on a quiet Thursday afternoon in the small town of Briarfield, a place where everyone knew each other's names but not always their stories. General Marcella Hayes had returned from Washington for a short visit, hoping to spend some time with family before heading back to the Pentagon. She wore civilian clothes, drove an unmarked car, and carried no visible signs of her military rank. As she pulled into a local gas station to grab a quick coffee, a patrol car rolled up behind her. Two officers, Officer Raylan and Officer Delgado, stepped out, hands resting casually on their belts. At first, it seemed routine. "Ma'am, license and registration," Officer Raylan said, peering into the car. Marcella reached slowly for her purse, careful not to make any sudden movements. "Of course," she said calmly, pulling out her wallet. "Is there a problem, officer?" "You match the description of someone involved in a recent theft," he replied flatly. She blinked, confused. "A theft? I've been driving straight from the airport." Still, she handed over her documents. Raylan glanced at them, then looked at his partner. "Run this," he said. Delgado took the papers and walked back to the squad car. A few minutes passed, then 10. Marcella waited patiently, sipping her coffee, but when Delgado returned, his expression had changed. "We need you to step out of the car," he said. "What for?" she asked, voice steady but firm. "Step out of the car, ma'am," Raylan repeated, reaching for the door handle. "I'm going to call my commanding officer," she said, pulling out her phone. That's when things escalated. Raylan grabbed her wrist. "No phones." "I am a United States Army general," she said clearly, meeting his eyes. "You will not touch me like this." He didn't believe her. Within seconds, she was yanked from the car, shoved face first against the hood. Her phone clattered to the ground. One arm wrenched behind her back, then the other. The cold click of handcuffs snapped around her wrists. "Do you know what kind of trouble you're in?" she asked, her voice low, controlled, but unmistakably furious. They ignored her. The entire scene was caught on camera by a bystander, a teenager named Jordan, who had been filling up his car nearby. He filmed everything, every shove, every word, every moment of injustice. Back at the station, the officers ran her name again, and again. Something wasn't adding up. Her ID matched a real person, a real general, with real credentials. Panic set in. One of the sergeants called headquarters. Someone higher up picked up the line, and within minutes the call was forwarded to the Pentagon itself. When General Hayes finally got through, her voice cut through the chaos like steel. "This is General Marcella Hayes. I am being unlawfully detained by Briarfield PD. I demand immediate assistance." There was silence on the other end, then movement. Within the hour, a formal complaint was filed. The footage went viral. Protests began outside the police station. The mayor called an emergency press conference, and the two officers, Raylan and Delgado, were suspended pending investigation. By the end of the week, they were fired, their careers destroyed. Not because she wanted revenge, but because the truth had been buried under assumptions, and she simply refused to stay silent. General Hayes later gave a statement. "I've served this country proudly for over 30 years. I expected respect, not suspicion. I hope this incident leads to meaningful change, not just for me, but for countless others who are judged before they're seen." Moral lesson: authority should never override accountability. True justice begins when we challenge bias, speak up, and hold power responsible.